Welcome to In the Kitchen here on STL TV. I am your hungry host, Angela Hochman, and I am really giddy today because I've got a new place that I've been wanting to try. We are featuring Ozzy's Market on today's episode. So I have 2 out of the 4 cool kids that are part of the ownership team over there. We've got Joe, we've got Kenny. Guys, how's it going?
It's going great.
Good.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
I heard we're making quiche.
We are.
Okay. And before we get to baking and cooking and all the things, I want to learn more about the history of Ozzy's Market. How did it come to be? You guys have all such cool, diverse backgrounds.
Me and one of my business partner, I own a bar called Kenny's Upstairs, right on South Grand, just a few miles down the road from here. My business partner there, Casey, and I always saw there being like a little corner store market idea, and downtown West seemed like the perfect area that needed it. So we knew Joe from different various avenues, me through like punk and music, and Casey had worked with him previously, and we knew he was an incredible baker, so tapped him in. And one day, having a conversation with the person who is my friend but also cuts my hair, we got Helen Petty involved.
Yes,
She owns Chop Shop, which is an awesome hair stylist conglomerate. I don't know how to call it, but
I was like, very fancy.
I don't know. But she's awesome, and we all got together and found the space, and it just seemed like a really good idea. Ozzy's is named after Casey's 5-year-old daughter, Ozzy. So no relation to Osborne or Smith. It is spelled different than Smith. But yeah, so.
And she was playing house, playing pretend, playing
sure.
market at home.
Yeah,
did her mother write Ozzy's Market on a bag?
Yes, she had a fake little grocery store checkout, and Colleen, her mom, wrote Ozzy's Market on a bag, and it was just a name that felt correct and fit, and who doesn't want to name a business after their kid?
You picked the neatest building. I feel like that Tudor building on Washington is, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like people have driven by it like that could be anything.
I've been obsessed with that building since I was like a kid.
Yeah.
And when we pulled up to that spot, I was like, that seems sort of serendipitous or kismet, but
Absolutely.
It's a really, really cool building.
So what can people expect when they walk into Ozzy's? Describe it for viewers that have never stepped foot in there.
A lot of green.
Yet.
Yes,
hence I love the palette you guys coordinated.
Yeah, Casey and I designed the spot, and really we just fell in love with this. It's officially Bear's Mint Parfait, but don't tell anyone.
We won't tell anyone,
take that out
especially people that are watching.
Yeah, and we just fell in love with that color and really liked some of the things. I think even with upstairs is designing a space is you're competing with people's homes, so you should make them as eccentric in your personality as much as possible, and fell in love with that color. Picked some other various contrasting shades of green and just kind of exploded with it. We wanted it to feel like a movie set and like a dream. We've gotten Wes Anderson a lot and that monochrome and thing. But we wanted to almost make it this I don't know, it almost comes off as a sort of a fun dystopian. I don't know if that's a way to do it, but a fun dystopian take on a grocery store.
Yeah.
Where it's almost like these if the 50s were happening now sort of thing. I don't know. So
I love it. I love it.
We just
so
kind of went
much.
nuts with it. So a lot of green, a little market with various goods, some local, some but nothing. Our whole idea too was to make it accessible. Same with the prices of the sandwiches.
Yes, which
prices
I
of everything.
appreciate. No one needs to pay airport prices for a delicious sandwich, which is locally made. Joe, I want to talk because you have such a wonderful, unique background as far as, you went to culinary school and then you were a baker and you worked with some of St. Louis's finest culinary people, I think. I want to hear what was going through your head when you were working to design the menu, and what are some favorites that you like to make?
With the menu design, it was kind of, riding that line of the best quality we can do with keeping it accessible and affordable for folks all over the city, but in the neighborhood too. Coming from a baking background, anywhere I could fit in house-made things, that is just there's a lot of good bakeries in town, but if you can do it well in-house, not just you're doing it in-house, but doing it well in-house, it is worth doing. And, we've said before, the bread is the foundation of any good sandwich, so
Yes.
it can make or break,
A
literally
brilliant-
make or break, or the sandwich.
Often most
So
neglected too.
often most neglected, often people cheap out or do frozen or things like that.
Nope.
So just coming from that and knowing what was possible, kind of starting there. So we don't make all of our breads in-house. We work with Le Bon Boucher on a couple of items.
Okay.
They're a great bakery in town, but wherever I could fit in. So we do house biscuits, house-made quiche shells. We do buns, focaccia, sourdough, in addition to some other baked goods kind of for the grab and go and the grocery side.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
So
we
that-
always have sourdough loaves and rolls like available. They go.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we
Okay,
have some
okay.
avid followers, so sometimes they go pretty fast. But yeah, so we try to have that accessible as part of the market as
I
well.
love it. Guys, we are gonna take a break. We're gonna regroup. When we come back, we are gonna get down. I'm gonna use this. We're gonna make some quiche, fellas. Okay, so don't go anywhere. Come back in a few and cook with us. We'll see you in a moment.
I love coming back to St. Louis to savor some of its more famous foods like toasted ravioli, barbecue, and world-famous frozen custard. But if you think that's all we have cooking, time to turn those beliefs upside down. Truth is, St. Louis has some of the hottest restaurants in the nation and more than our fair share of James Beard award-winning chefs. So you might want to bring those stretchy pants. What? They're comfy. St. Lou is always exploring.
Hey there, welcome back to In the Kitchen. Now, when we left off, the fine folks from Ozzy's Market, we're discussing this bacon cheddar quiche that we're gonna make. Guys, can we just get into it? I'm really hungry.
Absolutely.
Okay, what do I do?
So, like we were discussing before, the foundation of sandwiches is kind of one of the most crucial points. So the foundation of our quiche is our house-made pie crust. It's an all butter pie crust.
Adorable.
So that's a little 2-ounce piece. We're gonna roll that out into a little disc here.
Okay.
And then fit that into our little tart shell.
Perfect.
Do you wanna give that a go
I
straight
guess
away?
I've never used it with these.
That's right. It's got those little silicone guards, which kind of you can only go so far with that. A little bit of flour will help you not stick. You don't want to add too
Okay.
much.
So I'm just sprinkling a little bit of flour?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it should be able to kind of slide around the table, around
Okay.
the bench if you need. Give yourself some room if you need.
Okay, I'm gonna try to make it look like that.
That's
So while I'm rolling, you guys, talk to me about some other items on the menu. What have been some favorites so far by your guests?
I mean, it's really fun. We were going through before our menus. It's small but very like diverse and has something for everyone. So kind of depends on the day of who we're talking to. But I'd say the chopped cheese has gotten a ton of attention.
What is that? Break it down for me.
So,
Cheese.
on top of growing up in St. Louis, I spent a lot of time growing up in New York City and also lived out there for quite a while. I was going to be remiss if I opened a sandwich shop and didn't have a chopped cheese. It is a New York City bodega classic. Essentially, the easiest way to describe it, and pretty much the best way to describe it, is take a hoagie, take the ingredients of a cheeseburger, chop everything up, put it on that hoagie, and that's a
Say
chopped
less.
cheese.
Say less. Oh my goodness.
Joe has done
Okay.
like one of some purists might be mad at it, but I like the Midwest spin on it and the Joe spin on it that we do ours instead of with ketchup with a tomato jam.
Now we're talking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it gives
okay,
it that little
okay.
touch of sweetness. I'd say that has probably been our most popular.
The chopped cheese. Now that
yeah.
we're talking, I have heard of this. Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
I think we're one of very few places in the city who offers one, and I might sound biased, but it's my favorite one I've had in St. Louis.
Perfect. What's your
So
favorite thing?
I tried to do it. I tried to do it a good honor. Mine is probably our second close second is the club sandwich. So it again is on a hoagie from Le Bon Boucher. It's not your typical kind of stacked sandwich.
Okay.
But it's just pretty straightforward: turkey, bacon, mixed greens, lettuce, or mayonnaise. And then I have strong feelings about tomatoes out of season. So again, it was a spot to fit in some tomato jam. So there is that
Okay, there we
kind
go
of
again
tomato
with the jam.
richness coming in without having to mess with pale pink tomatoes. So
I don't want to upset you by
that's
talking
all right.
about
That's all right.
tomatoes out of season. How are we looking here? What's
Looking all right. Looking all right.
All right, that is not good enough.
Part of it, we're gonna want to have to get that off the table at some point. But we do have this one. We do have this one set.
Maybe this is why
So-
I do what I do and you do what you do.
So we're gonna take that shell, if you can, try to get it off the table.
Oh, brother. We
Yeah,
got a lot
I
to
should have
fix
mentioned the
and-
dusting flour a little sooner. And you went.
Yeah,
you really, you beat me
Joe.
to it. You beat me to it.
Okay,
But
no,
that's
I
good.
think
That's
this is
good. No holes.
salvageable.
That's good. That's what we're looking for. So then you take your mold here, and then if
Okay.
you're at home, a pie shell or
Yeah, so you can
tin.
make these big. And again, we are going to throw the ingredients up on the screen if people are feeling so ambitious.
And the ratios that I gave you will make one 9-inch pie pan's worth.
We'll just put that one on special, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's half off because I botched it. Yeah, no problem. Fun fact about me, I have a major sweet tooth. So what might you offer me when I come in?
We do, so that is some of the other things up on the counter, and in the grab-and-go case, we do, again, little pies. We've got a few breakfast pastries,
Okay.
little muffins and things like that
Perfect.
to offer folks. So yeah, there's a little bit, there's
Okay.
a little bit for everybody.
And you have coffee. I
And we
mean,
do have
hello.
coffee. Coffee Stamp provides our beans.
Oh,
it's a great,
fun,
great
yeah.
blend, and just cold brew and drip, so keeping it simple.
Oh, I love it.
But once you've got your shell filled, and that's all right, that's all right.
Kenny, are you judging down there? You are my supervisor
I
today.
don't judge anybody.
But like in your mind, are you? 'Cause-
No, never.
Oh my gosh.
My next step, this is a trick for all sorts of pies. So our filling is a equal parts egg and milk.
Okay.
We don't want to put this in a very hot oven because we'll get kind of a grainy scrambled egg situation, right?
Don't want that.
The crust needs a hot oven. So you have to rectify those two things. So the trick
Okay.
here is once you have it in this shape or your larger pie pan at home, you put it in the fridge to chill it back down.
Okay.
Then you would take either a piece of parchment or a large coffee filter or something like that, and then you can put in, it's called blind baking. So you would put in, they make fancy ceramic weights that you can get, or you can buy a bag of beans and put some beans in. You do want a layer of
okay,
like parchment
okay.
or something. You don't want to put the beans directly on there because they will stick. So you
Yeah,
make a
that
little,
would taste a little weird.
not great, not great. So you make a little sling, put that in there. You put that into a hot 375 oven.
Okay.
You bake this size, we do 15 minutes and then another 2 minutes.
Great.
And then they come out, end up looking like this. So this
Okay.
is pretty much a pre-baked. We could fill this with pumpkin pie filling, but we could turn this into a banana cream pie, all sorts
Just
of
put,
other
like,
different.
Cool Whip and peanut butter in there and call it
Absolutely,
a day.
absolutely. So this is ready to go.
Okay.
So that
Let's
would be
get to
that would be the
assembling,
next
'cause
step. That would be the next step.
I gotta
So
eat some of this.
for our quiche, this is another thing in restaurants. There's lots of like little bits of things that don't always have a home. So for our Italian sandwich, we use ham from Winneman
Oh.
Meat Co. just over in St. Libory, Illinois.
Awesome.
There's always little scraps left over from slicing that ham. So we'll cube that up and that will get used into our quiche so we're not wasting any of
I
our product or
love
anything
that
like that.
mentality.
Same thing with the bacon. Sometimes we always have some bacon on hand, so we can use a couple of slices of bacon, turn that into the quiche for the day. But this is just some cheddar, some
Okay.
extra bacon, and what I would normally do is just put, and it's pre-cooked bacon. Again,
Okay.
it's going to be a slow or a lower oven, so that you don't want to put raw bacon or something. All those in a
Yeah,
quiche,
yeah.
you want all your ingredients kind of cooked because they're not going to cook in your egg mixture. So your next
Okay.
step is just kind of cooking that egg mixture.
You
So-
learned a lot at culinary school because we were talking before, and what you said you love about baking and learning this stuff is like the science and the chemistry behind
Mm-hmm.
it. I mean, that's different than cooking,
Yes, slightly, yeah. Not that there's not chemistry and science that goes into
Sure,
cooking, but
sure, but it's very
there's
specific
less
in
room in baking
Okay.
for those mistakes.
Okay.
The other thing I tell folks is I've made a lot of mistakes. So one of my favorite bakers,
Happy mistakes.
has been in the industry for a very long time, and he's got a famous quote that's, he's like, I'm on my 3rd round of making every mistake in the book. So,
Oh, I love that. Very humbling, very humbling.
yes, yeah. So anytime
we
you're having
keep
trouble
coming
with
back
any
for
kind of
more.
baking, just, the worst thing to do is to not learn something from,
Right.
your
right,
mistakes.
right.
So,
Yeah, we improvise a lot.
A life
right.
lesson.
A
Truly.
life lesson, truly.
Okay.
So I would fill these all up. Again, this is, a very splashy, liquidy situation. Your next best bet is to put these on a tray.
Okay.
Put that tray into the oven,
Okay.
and then pour while that's in the oven. We do just 15 minutes at 350. We've got a
Perfect.
large industrial convection oven that we do those in, but at home, 350 for anywhere from 25 to 35 minutes
Great.
in a standard oven. And then you're just gonna kind of wanna, you can either tap the top, you can see if there's a wiggle versus a jiggle, and then it should kind of,
Very specific.
There's a difference.
Wiggle versus
There's a
a jiggle.
difference.
I think that's going to be our little soundbite for the show. Is there one ready? Because we're running out of time, and I am starving.
yes, there are 2 ready, and there's one prop in the oven too. So
Okay,
you
okay. Which
can
one
take your
can we
pick.
eat is the big
Any
question.
of the 3,
Yeah.
any and all of them. So.
Okay, Kenny.
All right, so
Pass them on down,
I'm
my
just gonna
friend.
give it to you like we eat them, which is typically just
just-
in our hand.
Oh, we don't have
You
one
can
for you,
choose.
Joe.
I-
You
That's
know
all
the
right.
Oh,
work.
we do. We just
Oh, good.
for the sake of the magic of television.
This is. Oh, it smells so good.
Thank you.
This one's fresh from the oven.
Fresh from the
Oh,
oven.
hot and fresh.
Hot and
Guys,
fresh, for
Quiche,
sure.
Cheers, shall we?
Cheers, Joe.
Cheers. Well done to
Thank
being on
you.
our 3rd round of what?
We have forks, but we're gonna ignore those.
No,
'cause
forks are for wimps. Here
These
we go.
are. There you go. Cheers, guys.
Oh my.
You hear that crunch on there? You know.
I hear it.
That's the help of the blind bake or the par bake. It keeps the crust
Wowza.
Crusty.
Are you
nice
kidding me?
and nice and flaky.
I'm eating this whole thing.
You should. It's like a part of my daily diet now at this
It
point.
should
when I
be.
see
It's,
one,
it's
for
high
sure.
protein, lowish in carbs. Guys, I cannot thank you enough for coming on,
you
sharing
for
your
having us.
knowledge,
Thank you.
sharing your ingredients. I am so excited to come into Ozzy's.
Yeah, come by.
I feel like when you walk in, it's just going to be that happy place. We got the mint green
Yeah.
vibes going there.
It's this color. That's for
It is
the
this
occasion.
color. Yeah, he is a walking logo.
I lose them all the time in there. When it's right, so.
Quit hiding.
Yeah.
Guys, that's going to do it for this episode. It's been really fun getting to know some of the creative team behind Ozzy's Market. Make sure you stop in. They're just right there on Washout. They're not far. Stop in, get something really cool, unique, and most importantly, support some incredible culinary members of the St. Louis food scene. Follow them on social media as well, on the website. We're going to pop all that on the screen for you. And yeah, just consider them when you're out and about. And also, while you're on social media, make sure that you find STL TV. We are on all of the socials. And make sure you watch on demand with the STL TV Now app, which is on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. That's gonna do it. I'm Angela Hochman. Thank you so much for watching. I got it. This is not gonna eat itself, so I'm busy eating this. We'll see you next time.